Hello, hello. So as promised yesterday, we said that I would come on and do a little debrief about Jessie's day yesterday. So I'm really happy about having Jessie with me this week. The timing was amazing. We had I've been doing the equine partnership work for over a year now, where people bring their own horses and they come and they receive Reiki. And I work with my equine coaching and riding, instructing skills, coaching in those sessions to bring about a deeper relationship and encourage harmony with whatever's going on and leave the rest of Reiki in those sessions. So that's been a fun year as those have evolved. And then yesterday we had our first session where we brought my three horses, Sandira, Spartacus, and Prince Alfie, and they took part. Now you're going to be hearing more shares about how that went as the week goes on, because we had the lovely Holly from Stress Free Socials covering that. And she's going to document that a little bit to make it a little bit easier to understand what actually happens, because it's sometimes quite hard to express that. So that's all to come. But meanwhile, my thought was, because Jessie's here all this week from Hartbury College, it was absolutely such a blessing to have Jessie here yesterday. And so we were just going to share a little bit about what Jessie found and just ask her a bit about how she found what she did and any other things she wanted to share about being on work experience, because it's fun. So we'll just go to the easy bit first. So Jessie, hello, I'm so excited to have you with me this week. I just had no idea what it'd be like to have somebody shadowing and helping me, and I have to say I couldn't ask for anyone better at this point. So thank you for coming. But have you enjoyed your experience, or how have you felt in your experience so far?
Yeah, I've had a really nice time, just yesterday. It was quite interesting doing the Reiki, because I've never done Reiki before I came here, so it's quite interesting. Like, that was my first experience with it. And with I kind of got Sparky as my horse. Sparky chose me, which I found really interesting because of his nature, because also I've been putting him on the lorry and things. His normal nature is the sort of horse I normally avoid, just because me and those sort of horses that maybe very slightly more confident or kind of head self-leading.
She is really like that. She's incredibly self-possessed and pre-possessed about life, because she's kind of done it.
She knows what she's doing. Exactly. Yeah. So I normally, we're not kind of good for each other. Me and those sort of horses, we normally clash and we normally stress each other out and kind of fight a little bit. So I was a little bit nervous about that when she told Jill, I was a little bit like, oh, okay. But then once we'd done the Reiki and we kind of checked in, it really felt like we connected, which I felt really incredible, because this is my first time doing Reiki. And then when we started doing the exercises, walking around, from before, when we were walking around before, the difference and the understanding between the both of us was insane. We were kind of doing the same thing, we were walking around in the same way, but it was we understood what we needed to give each other. And I thought that was really cool, and I'm excited to use that in my training back at Hartbury as well.
Definitely. Yeah, that's so powerful to hear. And I mean, I have to say, from my perspective, it was really lovely to watch that unfold. I had no idea about the apprehensions you had around that, of course, because I keep myself out of it so that I can be that I'm just in that channeling space to see what's unfolding and reading the horses to see what they're communicating, where they want to be. So that was the side I was watching. So it's lovely to hear your reflections on it, and it's really lovely to see how you and Sparky's relationship unfolded as you went forward. So that was wonderful. Thank you. So that's just a little snippet so far. It tells you a little bit about. I mean, is there anything else you want to share about what you actually did with Sparky?
Yeah. So we put all the horses on and everything, loaded them up in the morning, and then
after somewhat of a funny beginning, because the wind was up, with the horses going on the lorry, things were a bit different to usual.
Distractions for them.
Lots of highfalutin energy, didn't we? Lots of craziness. But we brought it down in the stables. Reiki helped and settled them, and we had a lovely grooming session and
and then
a piece.
We got there and the horses were in the middle, and we had was it a meditation first?
Yeah, I just led a sort of an introductory meditation just to bring us all into space and ground everybody.
Yeah, and then the horses kind of naturally chose us. There were 3 of us. They kind of naturally chose a human each, and we again did like a meditation with them and just let them move freely around. Like they just wanted to move, they could move, and kind of try not to like touch them unless it felt like it was right and things. And then actually it was quite funny because a lot of like there was one D moved around each person.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like I felt like a real motherly feeling from I just kind of moved.
Yeah, she's like the Reiki master of horses. Like she just took over the session.
Yeah, but it was really interesting to watch. And then after that we kind of took the horses around and we did exercises with them and walked them through different things and kind of to make them stand in hula hoops.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was interesting as well actually because there was another session with people that had done it before that bought their own horses and had some really interesting conversations at the end of the session of like actually how much these people it had really affected their relationship with their horses, and it was really interesting. Like it was a game changer for them and their horse. It was really cool.
That's really interesting. Thanks for sharing that too. I sort of get used to that feeling because they say, because of course I get that. I mean, it's just when we spend time and check in with the horse and start to really hear it from their perspective, things just always start to change. Of course, Reiki lifts away the bits that there was a lot of stuff that we bring to our relationship with a horse that isn't part of that forum, really. The horses are really happy to share that space for us and to help us carry it, but they're like, you don't need to carry it, you know. So when they kind of bring their owners or their caregivers for this Reiki session, because ultimately that's who sets it up. In my belief, they sort of help to create the energetic connections that help you to help their caregivers to see the opportunity to take a session and come and experience it. And then ultimately the Reiki does that part and helps to clear away the blocks that are going on so that people can work in more tune with what's going on in the safety of an enclosed environment, you know, with practitioners and support that they need in order to feel safe and work effectively. So, and then of course that there's no limit because there was such a mix in the group. There's people who were doing dressage and riding their horses in competition and competitive fields and settings, and then there's people who were leisure riders and more involved in the groundwork aspect. So it's not essential for there's no particular type of people that it's best for. It's just anybody that wants to get a better relationship.
But yeah, it was a really cool day, really, really cool.
It was fun, wasn't it? We came back both absolutely exhausted, but I had to put all the stuff out, put it all away, and then got the horses back here and unloaded them all and got them all settled and happy. But it was it was unifying, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
We were quieter on the way home.
Less chatting.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Jessie. Thanks for sharing that. And today we're going down to we're going down to the neighbouring farm. There's some horses are waiting for Reiki down there, and they're actually lambing and doing sheep at the moment. So we're going to go down and see where Reiki may be needed. And then we've got other things on today. Tonight we're going up to Arbor Low to do a sacred site tour. So tomorrow we'll check in and just share how we got on with all of that and see what might be shareable or fun to talk about. So meanwhile, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.